Howdy, guys. Welcome to Keeping It Frank. I wanted to go over some results that I've had within my last 18 months of doing carnivore. Also, I wanted to go over this thing that keeps popping up a lot. There's a lot of assumptions that carnivore is going to kill you, and also that any results that you get aren't necessarily because of carnivore specifically. It would be due to you're in calorie deficit or you're cutting out sugars. So these are some things I wanted to cover. But right off the bat, within my 18 months, I had lost over 120 pounds. I was at 345 when I started, and my heaviest was at 360. Then I got all the way down to 225, and I've been stuck in there for like the last 5 6 months. But then I started going to the gym, and I went to the gym consistently for 7 weeks, and during that time I jumped up on a scale really quick. Actually, my first week I jumped up like 10 pounds, and as it sits today, I'm at 240. And I haven't been back to the gym, most not because I've gained weight, but I can't afford the gym membership right now, so that will have to be on hold until I get my financial situation under control. But my goal was this year to go to the gym consistently this entire time without any additives or anything crazy, just pure carnivore to see what a 42-year-old man can achieve if he dedicates himself to the gym while on carnivore. Um, that being said, I've had crazy good results, obviously with the weight loss, but with my overall health, uh, getting over the diabetes type 2, gaining feeling back in my toes, no longer having to deal with edema in the legs, and actually gaining feeling from the waist down. I was actually having some problems down below, whether it was not only having full control or much of ability to get it up, but even having much feeling down there, like I was actually losing feeling, and all that stuff came back pretty rapidly. Now gaining feeling back in my legs and toes and stuff, that took months. But when it came to stuff like sleep apnea and snoring and heartburn, first month, if not the first few weeks, I had completely dissolved those issues, which I had those issues, a lot of those issues since I was like 16, especially the heartburn. I had scarring on my esophagus, and so I couldn't swallow foods due to the constant acid buildup that I would have. I would wake up suffocating because the acid would come back up and just singe. I actually lost teeth in the back of my mouth because the acid would come back up and sit in there. It was pretty bad. So, but the heartburn stuff went away almost instantly. It's been a long time now, but I want to say it was even probably within the first week. Obviously, going to the restroom, it took a little while going number two, but it's coming from a person that always had problems going number two, and the opposite of constipation, like all the time, probably nonstop, and then going through carnivore and having those things resolved and just completely stay resolved the entire time has been amazing, because that's just stuff that I never experienced. I didn't even know people were capable of doing that, honestly, just having normal bowel movements. um, I had I had really bad bleeding gums, and really sensitive teeth, and since I was forever, since I was a little kid, and I had went to the doctor and stuff for that kind of to try to resolve that, and they would go into these deep cleanings and scrape beneath my gums, and it would hurt like hell, and they'd give me this mouthwash that I was supposed to use all the time, and I took a lot of stuff to try to get rid of that, and it seemed it would work for like a little time, not the sensitivity but the bleeding gums. It would work for a little while, but it would come back. Unless I was, I guess, constantly giving them money to get the mouthwash, it would just come back. But that resolved the first month. The sensitive teeth, don't know when it resolved, but it did. And the reason why I don't know when it resolved because my whole life I had sensitive teeth, so I would never eat or drink anything cold. And out of habit, I don't drink or eat anything cold, so therefore I had nothing to trigger it to let me know that hey, it's still a thing. But probably 6 months ago, I finally drank something really cold and was shocked that I was able to handle it with no problems. I mean, it was so bad that if somebody was to crunch on ice near me, it would actually hurt my teeth. Um, so for the last 6 months, I hadn't really budged much on the scale as far as going down. And like I said, I did go up. I don't know if it's due to my diet as much as just me going to the gym, because that has been an experience that I had during my whole carnivore journey. Like during the months, now when I started, I didn't go to the gym that often at all. Some months I didn't go at all. But I did notice like if I had a week where I went consistently for like 2 or 3 days that week, I gained weight. That was just what happened with me. And I kind of fully expected it when I was going to go to the gym, and it happened rapidly. I probably the following day, if I would have jumped on the scale, I would probably gain a couple pounds. I don't know the science behind that, but I'm sure other people have dealt with that issue. I can't be the only one. I did have someone tell me because I'm in my 40s, something about my body, the muscles retaining a lot more fluids and stuff. So I mean, that is what it is. But I don't, I'm not stressed out about it like I used to be anymore. But besides that, I haven't really been able to drop on the scale much, and I have weight I need to lose. I still have at least 20, if not 25 pounds that I really would like to lose. I don't have a lot of loose skin, but also at the same time, I can't really tell what's loose skin and what's fat. If that makes sense to anyone, I don't know if anyone's lost a lot of weight and they just is it still fat there? Is it still loose skin? But yeah, it's hard to tell. But besides that, I do know I have plenty of weight I would love to get off my body. And I haven't been in any hurry. That's always been something I try to tell people is like, don't rush it. Just do not rush it, and do not do it. Do not do try not to do carnivore for weight loss. Try to do it for health benefits, and then the weight loss is kind of the bonus. You'll notice the health stuff pretty instantly, and then every month when you jump on the scale, you lose some weight. It may only be a pound, 2, 3, 4, 5 pounds. I mean, at the beginning, you'll probably drop 10 to 20 pounds, because all that water retention, swelling, that goes away pretty rapidly. But I haven't been moving much on the scale, so I decided, and I started this a few days ago, and I can already tell my skin's already clearing back up. When I first started carnivore, I was eating. It was really simplistic. I was eating ground beef. I was eating a lot of eggs, a lot of bacon. I was eating butter. I didn't really do much dairy, like here and there, but not a lot. And I would use salt, black pepper, and Tejon as far as seasoning went, but I didn't go any farther than that. I would, if I went out to eat, I would get a brisket, and I would use a little bit of barbecue sauce on that. And as far as another sauce I would use like Frank's hot sauce on my eggs and stuff like that. Eventually, the barbecue sauce and the hot sauce I stopped doing, but as time went on, I got more experimental with my foods. And so, then I moved on. Like I eat shrimp, and I didn't eat steaks at the beginning because I couldn't really afford them. I was afraid to buy them, spend that kind of money on them, and not know how to cook them properly and just waste all that money. So I didn't really know how to cook them, and I didn't know how to enjoy them without an A1 sauce. And the trick is a lot of salt. You think you put a lot of salt on there, put a lot more, and and then the other trick is actually put butter on it. Like just put a big slab of butter on it, and you will find instantly you don't need anything else with it. It tastes really good. But it took me a while to learn that stuff. It took me getting brave and just going out there and start cooking some steaks and be willing to lose that money you're not losing it, you're eating it, but not enjoy the money for a few of them. And so I was able to get it down and understand what steaks I needed to pick and stuff like that. Um, but I didn't really go outside that circle much. Sometimes I'd get ham, sometimes I'd get pork chops, but then I stopped doing that too. But now, like, I do steaks, and I don't do the ground beef as much because I got spoiled. I had started eating a lot of chicken, which I wasn't doing at the beginning. I eat a lot of shrimp, which I wasn't doing at the beginning. I eat a lot of sardines, and I don't think anything's are bad. Any of those are bad. Now the sausages that I had started to do, yeah, I should stay away from those a lot more than I did. And I will here on out, but I did start doing a lot of sausages. But where I was going wrong was I was just shooting more out and adventuring with more and more spices. And every time I try a new spice, I had the mindset of fuck it, I'll check out this next spice, see what it does. So I got to where I was really spicing my foods up a lot, and I was also eating a lot of dairy, like a whole lot of dairy. I was drinking a lot of milk, and I was eating a lot of cheese. I became really addicted to it because obviously there is sugars in it and there are carbs in it. But it happened because I can get raw milk here locally with a cream top, and it's so good. And I also can get a local whipping cream, and I do make my own butter, which if you don't, highly suggest it. It's really simple. You don't even need a nice blender, just a cheap one, and you can make some really, really delicious butter, and you won't need to buy that store bought. You won't want to buy it anymore. But besides that, I would buy that, and then so you have to buy like in advance. So if I want next week, if I want 2 gallons, I need to buy 2 gallons this week. And then it got to where I was buying 3, 4, 5 gallons of this because I was not only using it for cooking and drinking, but I would make so many different things out of it. And I think it really hindered me a lot. I don't think it was the reason why I gained weight. I can see how it would. As a matter of fact, I didn't have any gas problems during carnivore until I started doing a lot of dairy. Then I started getting some gas problems. So to me, that's a dead giveaway that it's causing some issues. But yeah, I got addicted to it. And so now I'm trying to get over that. Plus, on top of trying to stop all this, I quit dipping a week ago. And I dipped like 4 or 5 cans a day, and that's a lot of nicotine. That's a can is they say, and I don't know if it's for a fact, but they do say that a can is like a carton of cigarettes as far as nicotine goes. And I was doing 4 or 5 of those a day, and that is excessive. To anyone that doesn't know anything about dipping, most people that dip do a can a day. And I'm talking about people that have been dipping for a long time. Sometimes 2 cans a day, maybe 3 cans, but 4 or 5 is kind of unheard of. I have such an addictive personality that these are the types of things that happen to me when I allow myself to do something that's addictive. And that's why I have to stay so strong on this carnivore. I can't really wing off of it too much because I will go down a bad path, and it's hard for me to pull myself back out of it. So that being said, I did all this stuff, and it finally dawned on me that you veered way off. You're too far off of the carnivore journey. Though you're not going off and eating any of the junk foods and anything like that, you're still you're on that downhill decline with it. And with everything that's going on, like the depression started to kick back in with all this stuff, and honestly, that's why I'm shooting for it, because I got a lot of stuff on my plate, and I really don't know how to deal with it. And the last thing I need is my mental state to be getting unstable and making it to where it's hindering any progress that I'm trying to make. So I'm changing it up, and I'm getting stricter to get back to that point that I was physically and mentally. So yeah, and quitting the tobacco has been hard. I'm talking, it has been probably one of the worst experiences I've ever had. I lost my job a month ago, so I'm taking this opportunity to where I get to kind of stay. Well, I don't get to stay at home, but I don't have much of an option right now. But so I'm not out in the work field, so I can kind of like just shut myself inside and try to fight over these addictions without escalating anything and getting my nerves, putting them to the test, or just raising my energy enough to where I feel like I need something to chill myself back out. And so that's what I've done. I do get really bad headache. I actually nonstop headaches, and I am not a person that gets headaches like ever. Even if I'm sick, I don't get headaches. So I got that going on. I get the shakes. Obviously, the withdrawals mess with you emotionally. I get to where I really actually want someone to fight me. Like I want to fight somebody, and that's not in my nature. I want to go to the store and someone have a good reason for me to fight them. I know it's childish, but that's what I feel. And also, I have these moments where I just want to cry, and I don't. And it's not because I'm a man or anything like that. It's just I've always been that way. It's bad too because sometimes I need to cry to show someone that I do have an emotion or something, and it's necessary. And I feel the emotion. I'm not the best at crying. So there's that. Yeah, it has not been easy, and at the same time, I have to stay. I have to be very cautious about my attitude towards the people that are around me, so my son and stuff like that. So I'm constantly like, don't overreact, which adds to the stress. So yeah, I'm struggling with that one, but so far I'm over a weekend, and I think over a month it starts getting easier. All right. So there's all my personal experiences that I've had so far with carnivore. I have a lot of people that I follow and everything. I see a lot of people with a negative feedback on the carnivore stuff, and used to I would sympathize with these people because I kind of knew where they were coming from. It's getting to the point where I don't sympathize with them anymore because there's just too many people. There's so many people out there that are having these crazy, amazing results. And I'm not talking about weight results. They really want to stick to the calorie deficit thing or the no sugars, and that's why. And it's like, no, you're missing the whole picture. People are curing themselves of stuff, and they don't want to grasp that. They can't accept it, and that irritates me. I have people all the time that, especially at the very beginning, people are like, "Well, you're going to die. Carnivore is going to kill you. It's going to kill you. It's going to kill you." And that I think that was the mindset for most people's experience, especially if they started over a year ago. I think carnivore has become popular enough now, just within the last 18 months, that tone's even changing. So instead of people saying, well, carnivore's going to kill you, they're like, well, you can get the same results if you just do calorie deficit, or you're getting the results because you quit sugar. And sure, I mean, any diet that you're strict with, you can gain a little bit of health results and you can lose weight. But you're not eating the optimal diet. They don't. People have to understand why carnivore works. It's not because of calorie deficit. As a matter of fact, I never counted calories. I'm pretty sure I ate over my whatever my calorie intake is on a daily basis. I've probably far exceeded that, especially for my first year. Was not even remotely restricting myself on eating. And that's actually something that I actually highly suggest to anyone starting carnivore. Do not restrict yourself. Eat until you're full. Eat when you're hungry. Just eat. Just make sure it's carnivore food. And things will come, especially at the very beginning. But they get focused on the calorie deficit, or they get focused on the sugar. And once again, it's like, yeah, you're getting rid of the sugar, so obviously you're getting that health benefit out of it. But it doesn't matter how much sugar you cut out in any other diet. you may have lowered the intake, but you're still eating all the carbs that turn into glucose. So you're still spiking your insulin, and that's what you're trying to avoid. People are walking around out here with their insulin spiked all the time. It is why we have so many health problems going on in America alone. Um, I mean, it wasn't like that. We didn't have the abundance of carbs that we have today. You couldn't go around the world and gather every single fruit and vegetable necessary for you to meet the nutritional needs that you're trying to meet. Also, again, your body doesn't even absorb most of those nutrients that are found in plants because our bodies aren't fully capable of breaking them down properly. It's why you have gas. It's why you have to go number two so often. It's why you don't go number two so often on carnivore, because your body uses all of that stuff because it knows what to do with it. Also, with all these other foods, and I'm talking about plants, they have anti-nutrients, stuff that actually blocks you from absorbing the nutrients. It's why when you do strict stuff like veganism, you eventually have to start taking supplements on stuff because your body is not getting what it needs. You can overload it with these vitamins and stuff, but your body's not, it's not going to process them the way that you're thinking it is. You don't take any supplements. When you do carnivore, and if you eat enough fat and you keep yourself full, you don't need a single damn supplement. You don't need vitamin C. You don't need any damn thing. I mean, you need your minerals. You need but you can get all of that from most salts. So, especially the longer you do this, you don't have to go all crazy with buying all these different weird minerals. Like, I just use salt. That's it. That's the only thing I add to my foods that give me the minerals that I need. I don't even put like stuff in my water anymore. What other diet can you do that with for life? And then also, when you're eating red meat, you have such a vitamin dense food that you're eating. You're not only getting the vitamins that you need, but you're getting all the things that help rebuild your cells in your body completely. You're getting a lot of collagen. You're getting a lot of protein. You're getting the cholesterol. Every cell in your body is made out of the cholesterol. And the argument is, well, your body naturally produces cholesterol. It's like, well, yeah, but you still need to feed your whole body, every cell in your body, this cholesterol. I mean, your body will naturally produce glucose too, but it doesn't make any difference. I mean, now the difference between the cholesterol and the glucose is the glucose. It can, when you have an abundance of it, it starts wrecking your system, and it's upfront. It's honest. Like it's killing people, and I don't understand why they want to ignore it so much. How the spike glucose, the spike insulin, being the cause for probably damn near every damn problem that Americans face today, and it's scary. It's scary whenever you're on the other side of it, when you really get to see how much of a lie all that stuff is. And I guarantee most carnivores do not trust the government this much, like, at all. Most people that have gone into becoming carnivore and they stuck with it long enough to see all the results that they're getting, I mean, you have no choice but not to believe them, because you just sit here and see the lies being you see the lies constantly, and you're like, no, I've lived this experience. I know exactly what's going on. I know how good it is, and you're sitting here trying to convince me that it's not. I mean, you're trying to convince the wrong person. You can go lie to somebody else, but you're not. You're wasting your time with me, because I lived the experience, and you can't deny me of that. Yeah, sorry, man. I had to go on a little rant because I'm on TikTok, and I get a lot of feedback on TikTok. And man, people, man, they're so stubborn. It doesn't matter what answer you give them; they don't want to hear it. It's unfortunate. I think that's really it, guys. I just want to give that little rant and give a little bit of an update, and to and definitely to anyone that hasn't started carnivore yet, please do your research. Please look into why carnivore works so well. It's nothing. It's not calorie deficits. It's not because you're just taking out sugars and stuff. It's a nutrient dense food that nobody has allergic reactions to. So this allows your immune system, your body, to get rid of all these things that are tearing it down. It doesn't have the fibers in it that are scarring up any of your gut and your intestine. You don't have to worry about vitamin C or any of this stuff because your body, the meats you're eating are providing exactly what you need. As a matter of fact, your immune system is going to go through the roof. Still to date, I have not been sick since I started carnivore. 18 months, and I just went through flu season and the time that my allergies kicked my ass. Nothing, and I feel bulletproof because of it. It's amazing. But to anyone out there that is looking at this and they're thinking about doing carnivore, do your research. Once you do your research, stay full, and don't veer off of it, because once you're over the addictions, it may take a couple weeks, it may take a month. Once you're over it, it's all downhill. It becomes really easy, and you're so motivated because you're going to see not only weight loss but the health benefits, and the health benefits will come really quick. It might not be the exact thing that you're focused on, but your overall, like whatever else is going on, you're going to notice bam, 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 bam. Also, before I end this, guys, I have been struggling, and I had made a video last time asking you guys to, if you could, go to my GoFundMe and help me out. And a lot of you did, and thank you so much. I'm 30% of the way there, and I have until the 15th to get the rest of this so I can keep everything I got going on. I do have money coming in, but it's all too little too late. And I'm just trying to squeeze all this together so I can keep going with what I'm trying to do as far as my own company, my business, and my family, and paying for my son's ABA, and just keeping my place to live. So thank you guys so much. I mean that with all my heart. And like I said, I didn't want to turn this into a revenue thing, but I am in desperate need right now. And so this is just me making a Hail Mary and hoping that the guy on the other end will catch it. And so I'll leave my GoFundMe down below. And if you guys could pitch me anything, thank you so much, and God bless you guys. That's it. Thanks for watching. Hugs and kisses. Bye, guys.